Hello spooklets, welcome back to my channel, and if this is the first time you've seen my face, welcome to my channel. If you love anything to do with the paranormal, this is the place for you. Hit that subscribe button, I'd love to have you. Okay, so guys, first off, I just want to apologise for not uploading last Sunday, but I'm back. We just had a lot going on that week and it was just impossible for me to film. But I am back today and I'm sorry again. But today we are talking about some Reddit posters, ghost stories. I have quite a list to tell you. Some of these are so interesting to listen to. So if you want to hear these ghost stories, then keep on watching. Grab your best blanket for, get cozy and listen in. Reddit poster number 1 said that there is a ghost of a little boy that lives in their house that even their guests have seen. The poster says they rent from the original owner, but there doesn't seem to be any bad history within their house. But a dozen people have seen this little boy wandering about upstairs. This Reddit poster claims that they leave their phone on the bedside at night and they wake up to find their phone on notepad covered in scribbles. I don't know, I kind of feel that maybe it's a little bit sad, this little boy, you know, he's obviously letting himself be seen, and he's scribbling, he's drawing pictures for you, which is actually quite sweet, but yeah, it is creepy, I get it. But I'm feeling that this little boy wants to be heard, so, I don't know, it's creepy, but it's kind of cool. Maybe get somebody that you know what they're doing, that knows what they're doing, and maybe try and contact and see what's wrong with this little boy. Don't do it yourself, don't get a Ouija board out, for the love of, just don't do it. Yeah, definitely get somebody in that knows what they're doing and see if they can make contact with the boy. I just feel that this little boy wants to speak to someone. On to the next Reddit poster, and this one was titled, this short story was titled, What's Her Name? So this Reddit poster says that one night when my daughter was around 2.5 years old, they were up talking before bed. She said that they were playing a game where they were giving all the stuffed animals silly little names. After naming the last one, the little girl says to her mum, what's her name? Her mum then proceeds to ask her daughter who she's talking about as they've named all the stuffed animals. Her daughter then points to a plain blank wall and says, that girl. Okay, this Reddit poster was home alone with her daughter. I'd have been highly creeped out by then. Did she see a shadow against the, no, I don't know. It definitely sounds like she saw a little girl. That's really creeped me out. Yeah, again, don't do it yourself, but get someone in, see who this little girl is. Has she ever said anything before, maybe, about a little girl? Or is this the first time? It might just be a ghost that's passing, because that can happen. I don't know, but definitely look further into that. Not that you'll be probably watching this video, but if you are watching this video, definitely go look further into that. I do find that really weird and really, really creepy. Yeah, very creepy. The next short story from this Reddit poster is titled, There Was a Ghost Playing Tricks on Me. So one evening, this Reddit poster was sat on the sofa watching TV. They had a little rubber band in their hands and decided to flick it across the room, and it landed behind the TV. And then they tell us that the next thing they know, it landed on their head and there wasn't enough power behind it for it to bounce off the wall. But if they flicked it across the room, I mean, rubber bands can go quite far when you flick them with your fingers. If they flicked it across the room, I know rubber can be bouncy, but that rubber band would not have bounced off and come all the way back that far. Yeah, and if it went behind the TV, it's not going to come back up. Yeah, there's no explanation for that, I'm afraid. That's really creepy. So if you were sat on your own watching telly, flicked a rubber band and then it came up and, well, it landed on your head, I'd have left. the house. I'm not gonna lie. I have to admit, when I read that story for the first time, it did give me goosebumps. So the next Reddit poster's little ghost story is titled, "My Parents Had to Take Down My Wallpaper." So I'm going to read this one straight out as if I am the Reddit poster. So it says, "I have memories as a young child in a certain house. Several very bizarre things happened that I can't logically explain. The oddest one to me was to do with my new wallpaper. It had dinosaurs on it. We had to change it. I would see the dinosaurs on it marching around, hurting each other. This happened at the same time for several nights until we took it down. Items used to move and get thrown on their own accord. A particular favourite was a rocking chair. It would change positions and rock. One night when my grandparents were staying over, I woke up to find someone I didn't know in the chair who looked strange. A stuffed animal walked one time. Oh. I woke up once with scratches that looked like nails. Maybe it was my messed up child brain, but I don't remember it that way. The scratches are really strange." Okay, that story really creeped me out. I mean, I'm guessing all this started with the wallpaper, and how can you get haunted wallpaper? Or maybe, I know that from experiences in my own house, when we decorate, it makes the spirit that lives here, it upskittles it. So the last big thing that happened was when we were decorating our bedroom. And we have noticed when we decorate, it doesn't seem to like it. So maybe it was the decorating, maybe they didn't like the wallpaper. It could be something silly like that. And maybe it made the spirit or ghost sort of come known a bit more. I don't know, but I do find that really weird that over dinosaur wallpaper, and the dinosaurs moved and they were hurting each other. No, like that's really, really strange. But yeah, I had to tell that story because I thought it was really weird, but a really cool story, and I hope it hasn't traumatized you for life, by the way. So the next Reddit poster's short ghost story is titled, "She Screamed in My Car." Again, I am just going to read this story out. "When I lived in Minnesota, I would go over to my friend's house a lot. One day I was sitting on the sofa watching TV and I heard a girl screaming in my right ear. It was like she was screaming at the top of her lungs, but the volume was turned down." That's weird. "So it wasn't the true volume of a scream. There was nothing there, obviously, so I just wrote it off. Well, a week later, one of the guys whipped his head round and said, 'I just heard a girl scream.' We both knew no one else was in the house. I didn't hear a girl screaming, but then neither did anyone else when she screamed in my ear." Oh, that is really weird. Who is this girl and why is she screaming? It's really strange that with the first one, with the second one, the guy that popped his head round that had heard a girl screaming, obviously with a residual haunting, it's like they're replaying over and over again. But with it being in her ear, it's like maybe something was trying to get in touch with her. I don't know. I mean, both these screams, did they happen on the same day or the same time? Is there a connection? Have you heard these screams before? That would be signs of a residual haunting, obviously. But all in all, this really was a creepy. I mean, hearing a scream and then knowing that it's a real scream, but it's far away, but it's loud. I don't know. It's hard to explain, and I know what this person means because when we did our paranormal investigation, obviously it's on here, of the Lawns, the old mental asylum hospital. Because it happens like this, when we weren't filming and we were sat on a bench just having 2 minutes. I think we were about to head off home, and we heard a wailing noise within the mental asylum, which is now a hotel. And I can't explain the sound. It was a wail, but it was like disembodied. It was very strange. People were in the hotel at the time. I have just heard the biggest noise. I don't know if that caught on camera. That was really weird. But yeah, I've lost where I was. I can't explain exactly what that was that we heard, the wailing. But it didn't sound, that's what I was saying. There was people in the hotel, but we knew it wasn't one of them. It was very strange, and we knew it was something paranormal, if you like. We knew it wasn't something you would normally hear. It was really, really strange, and we're so gutted that we didn't catch it on camera. But I'm sure we was either having a little break, or I'm sure we were on our way home, like getting ready to go home. We're just having 2 minutes and packing up and going home. But yeah, so she's trying to describe this scream in her ear, but she can't quite describe it. But I kind of get what she's saying. It's really weird to explain sometimes, isn't it? If anything's happened to you, let me know in the comments. Do you find it sometimes really weird to explain things? Okay, so the next Reddit poster's little ghost story is titled Inside My Closet. Once again, I'm going to read it straight out because I am finding it a lot better reading it as the person. So their story goes as follows. I was late night gaming. My dog was hanging out with me and started to bark into the dark bedroom. When I went to check it out, I could hear fingernails scratching inside my bedroom closet. Creepy. As I got closer, the scratching started getting quieter. The sound stopped when I got right in front of the closet. Then there was a loud crash and stuff started hitting the inside of the closet door. I ran outside. No way was I staying there alone at this time. 30 minutes go by and my buddy comes over to check things over with me. That is very nice of your friend. Especially with it being late night. I opened the closet doors to find all my clothes and hangers on the floor of the closet. We searched every wall and ceiling for any secret openings we found. None. Okay. Again, is this something that's happened before? How long have you been living there? We need to know these things so we can try and sort of figure out what's going on. But that is so creepy. I mean, at first, when I first read this story, I thought, was there like a little mouse or something in there? It can happen. But then when everything fell down, I don't think a mouse could do that. And by the sounds of it, this person didn't startle whatever was in there because they were being really quiet, obviously sneaking up to the closet. Oh, hearing fingernails on the inside of your closet door and then everything falling. Very strange. But yeah, I'd love to know if something like this has happened before, or, even how long they've lived there, whether, if they've lived there a while and this has only just started happening. I mean, that's interesting. It's like, why is this happening now? But yeah, creepy. The next Reddit poster's little ghost story is titled He Whispered in My Ear. And again, I'm going to read it off here because I'm quite enjoying doing it this way. When I was younger, I was helping my aunt clean an office. She was hired to clean and a lot of stuff happened there. The one that spooked me the most was when I was emptying the bin whilst my aunt was vacuuming. Suddenly, a man whispers in my ear, Q, Q, Q. Kind of like he was playing with a toy gun. Okay, that's pew, 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 isn't it? Okay. We were the only people there. Okay, that is weird. And you can't say, has it happened before? Because you can when someone's living there or working there a lot. But if you just go in there to clean, that is really weird. Maybe somebody needs to find out a bit of history on the place, whether someone died or what it was before. Yeah, could you imagine going to clean empty offices at night and that's what you hear in your ear? Nah. The next Reddit poster's short ghost story is titled, Oh Hi Grandma. One day when my daughter was 2, we were having a typical terrible twos moment. I remember those too. She was throwing a bit of a tantrum for about 5 to 10 minutes and we couldn't get her under control. At some point she suddenly stopped and started staring at the wall. She then started lightly giggling. It was weird. 1 minute she was crying and screaming, and the next she was just smiling and happy. Then she starts saying funny lady over and over. We asked her who she saw, and she pointed to the wall and again said, the funny lady. We asked her to describe the funny lady. She exactly described my deceased grandmother. She had never met her. When I told my parents about this, they didn't seem as shocked as I was. They responded with, I guess you don't remember that you met your deceased grandfather when you were 3. Oh, okay, that's actually quite lovely. Grandma stepped in and she wanted to help the situation. You know, I mean, our grandparents, you know, they've been through it all with the babies and things, and you know, they're quite wise to things like that. So they were probably, you know, she was thought, oh, I'll try this because it used to help when my kids were young. That's actually really sweet. I don't find that story creepy at all. I did sort of get goosebumps at the end when I read the story for the first time, when obviously this mother, her mum said, I guess you can't remember seeing your grandfather when you were 3. But yeah, I actually find that story quite lovely. And this is the last story, guys. So this Reddit poster's short ghost story is titled, I'm just looking because I forgot, One Large Handprint. I was once showering, door locked, when I heard the blinds fall down. Freaked, I pulled back the shower curtain and went to investigate. I am thinking my brothers are trying to break in and play a prank on me or something. I pull up the blinds to look out of the window. The window was completely fogged over from the inside, minus one large handprint. Me and my family all compared our handprints to it. No one was as big as the imprint on the windows. Okay, that is creepy. That is so creepy because it was inside, so somebody was in the bathroom but not in the bathroom. Yeah, that's creepy. That's the thing, you're gonna have to shower in there again, and obviously it's a private thing, you don't have people in there with you. I think I would actually take somebody in there with me and probably just blindfold them and sit them on the toilet seat so they can talk to me while I have a shower or something. I mean, that is so creepy because she obviously thought that, you know, she was being pranked by her brothers, so it's like, right, let's see whose hand this was. But then obviously everybody put their hands on the windows and the handprint was so big. I think it's quite creepy as well, knowing that quite a large spirit, if it was, has been in the bathroom with her. Yeah, that story is quite weird. Okay guys, so I have had some people send in some stories to me, which I am going to start finally saying on this channel, which I'm really excited about. Some of you have sent some really cool stories. If you want to send me a story, feel free to email me. My email is linked in the description. Email me a story. Also, my social medias are always linked in the descriptions of my videos. Go give me a follow on Instagram and like the Facebook page and talk to me on those too. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, spooklets, please give it a massive thumbs up for me because it helps me more than you know. And I will speak to you all in my next video. But until then, sleep tight.